Hello guys, this is Vaish. So the Hindu editorial for October 28, our 1 or 2 weeks editorials are pending, but I'll try to catch up everything. Okay, so India Qatar related one article is there, a small article only, but it's a very important issue where 8 of our Indians are sentenced like death sentence. So that is the problem, and we are trying to solve it, or we are trying to help those 8 people there. So that we'll discuss. That is one of the articles. I'll show you the editorial headlines first, like what all is there today. So you can see the first itself is India Qatar, which is the smallest article today which came in this paper. But again, we'll discuss that. Then woman, I told you multiple times this woman, because Nobel Prize of Economics was given for this particular issue. But today's 1 or 2 extra points are there. So for that reason, I will discuss this. And here again, India, China, again in a new perspective, one article has come. So that also we'll see what is that. Okay, all a very like quick discussion we'll do. Here it is Pakistan's internal politics, and here it is ground zero on Saturday, which is not required. Okay, so this is October 28th newspaper. In another 2 days, I will try to finish off October's complete thing, so that November also I can catch up in another 1 week. Okay, so before November end, hopefully everything will be sorted, and further delays again will be caught up like this. Now again, Diwali, till Diwali we have extended this 9-month installment, and many people have joined today. Make sure that you don't miss out this. WhatsApp me, I'll give you the launch video, which will look something like this. The launch video will have all the details, 575-day timetable, prelims plus mains, discounts, installments and all. So that 9-month installment will not be there in the video. That when you watch the video and come to me on WhatsApp, I will tell you the exact like how you have to make the payments, like monthly till next July time is there. Okay, so 9 months of time you can take and pay the fees. So that we'll discuss. Okay, 2024 we have closed the enrollment, but still if anybody missed out or anybody has informed me, please come and remind me again, and then you can do the enrollment, else this batch is closed. Okay, 222-day timetable is closed because now that days are over. Now only 200 days are left for your UPSC. Current affairs will be open for up till your exam date, so that you can come and join anyhow as per your choice. Again, WhatsApp is the contact point. Okay. So now we'll look into the article. 8 Navy veterans handed death sentence in Qatar. Okay, so India, Qatar, usually we see always very like friendly relationship. We we import a lot of gas from them, everything. But still then how come this happened? And that is why the shock is there. Okay, the death sentence handed down by the Qatari court on Thursday to 8 Indians reportedly accused of espionage, meaning spying. Okay, our 8 people were spying and or maybe leaking some information. This is a deeply shocking thing, which Ministry of External Affairs, our S. Shankar has already described it and told that we are doing whatever we can do. So everything was done in secrecy. The information is not given, the evidence is not told to us, the families were not informed, nothing was done. Okay, finally when the sentence came, we are knowing it, and then Qatar has not explained the reasons or the details of the case. Okay, so even the judgment is yet to be shared, meaning that proper paper of the judgment, that is legally still now not given to our country. And then these men have been accused of sharing secret information pertaining to the stealth submarine program they worked on. Okay, meaning these people are working on some stealth submarine there, and they were like leaking it to a third country is what they tell, or these are at least the leaked information which we know now. But correctly the Qatar people has not given any information. Okay, so you know already in Pakistan our Jadhav person was there, and he is like waiting for the death row in Pakistan, and there also we are trying to do whatever we can do. So this looks kind of a similar story, but Pakistan's case, we can tell Pakistan is like a enemy nation, or it's like they always sees India as a threat and all, and they keep doing something against us. But Qatar, from which we source 40% of our LNG or our gas, they doing something like this is something shocking. Okay, so India is also Qatar's 3rd biggest source of import, particularly raw material for construction and fresh food items, and supplies even continued when the Gulf blockade was there. If you remember, the GCC 2016 prelims question also came. GCC, Gulf Cooperation Council countries. In this, Saudi is the chair kind of country, the main country, and they had put a blockade on Qatar also because of certain differences. And that time also, we did not stop, or we did not listen to Saudi and all. We continued our entire trade, everything with Qatar. Okay, so that should have generated a goodwill towards India. Also, more than 7 lakh of our Indian people are in institutions, industries, workforce. Our labor force is there in the Middle East. So we must make it clear to Qatar that we both are like very much dependent on each other, and so whenever you do something, all the steps, everything should be informed to us, and so that we can go for an appeal also, we can save our people. So everything, including to the leadership, Prime Minister directly should go and talk and do the needful, so that our men Okay, if they are found guilty, we are ready to punish them. So that we can do through appeals, and we can give like jail terms, or we can commute the sentence. Okay, meaning reduce the sentence to maybe jail term, and maybe bring them back to India, and in Indian court we will try them. So that and all is the options. So Qatar differences with India is there only in one point, that is the Israel-Palestine issue. I think Qatar is supporting very strongly about Palestine and opposing Israel, whereas India is telling about a two-state solution. So that one point may be conflict, but that is not a priority, that is not a big thing. We should anyway see to it that no Indian is left behind. Okay, so that should be our goal, and so Prime Minister should involve and help out these 8 people. So we'll wait and see what are the updates going to come. There's a very small article today, and the next article I told you, women, this time's Nobel Prize has been given because of one study done on like the woman being paid less, or the woman's role in GDP and such things and all. So that again, many authors have been writing. So this again with little more details. That's why I thought I will discuss. Like economic history, always has been looked through a male lens. Okay, meaning everything like men is the workforce, men is the people at work, everything in that angle only you have been looking. The girls, the women thought process itself is not involved in decision making, and nothing is there. So Nobel Prize itself is the proof for that. Nobel Prize in economics was given to 90 men till 1969, but only 3 women. Okay, who are the 3 women? This Elinor Ostrom in 2009, Esther Duflo in 2019, and now Claudia Goldin for 2023. So this for SSC exams and other things and all, you may need to know that only these 3 people were there, and these are the names. Okay, and everybody has done studies kind of for the same thing about how women and other things should be involved in elevating poverty, in maybe participating or improving developed country communities. And now again for the woman earning less compared to men at work, that is the latest one. Okay, so this one again, woman is considered like they are contributing only to the well-being, meaning they are giving the care to the people at home or the elderly and the children and all, but to GDP and economy they are not contributing anything. That is the image. Okay, even though you should understand that if they don't do that caring work, men cannot go out to office and work. Okay, these politicians or everywhere you see a lot of men, okay, where women are very less. These men are very like actively working full day and late night going to home, and still their house is running properly because there is a woman at the house. Okay, there is a woman at the house taking care of the house, taking care of other things, and everything, the family life is going steady. Okay, so these things you have to start valuing, and that is what they are discussing. So the patterns have already started shifting. One more thing you should see, that the gig economy, which we discussed detailedly many times, that is the contract job kind of thing, or the short term kind of thing in informal sector, contract jobs, this thing is booming now. Okay, nobody is like hiring for long term. Everybody wants like a contract. We will pay you something, you do the work and then go, meaning we don't want to give you pension, gratuity, nothing. So that kind of thing is booming now. So there now employment will become a problem, especially for India, where the highest population is there, largest number of youth is there. You are finding fewer opportunity, okay, for getting dignified work or a long-term work and all. So Indian economy now is the fastest growing in the world, but still people are not getting jobs. So it's like a kind of a jobless growth is what the author is suggesting. Even in human development, if you see, India ranks 132 out of 191. That means what? We have to invest more in our human development, whether they are getting proper benefits, proper pensions, proper care, proper facilities, that things we have to see. So we have to invest more, and for that obviously the woman angle also has to come, because men alone won't think in that angle. They will be only in the one line of thought. So woman has to come, only then the care intensive sector, caregiving work can be valued. Again, whoever is giving care also, we have the ASHA workers, we have the Anganwadi workers, they are all very poorly paid. Okay, because it's not considered a very big contribution or very big thing. So these things has to change. So these are extra points I felt, that is why I am discussing. And Indian Prime Minister also called upon the G20 to support on all the human-centric development. Even the theme, if you know, the world was following one earth, one economy, one future. India changed it to what? India changed it to one family, one earth, one future. In the G20 summit, we have used it like this. Okay, meaning instead of economy, we put it as family. So we are trying to go more towards human orientation, human care and human well-being. Okay. Because when humans are improved, obviously economy will automatically improve. So GDP, you already know the technical part. It's a monetary measure of the economic component of the society alone. But they did not count the caregiving work. Okay, India with its big ambitions of $5 trillion, $10 trillion economy and all, do you think like half of our population, women, will sit at home and we will reach this number? we'll never reach. To reach this, we have like men and women both has to contribute. Okay, women should be plucked out from this family informal work and all, and they have to participate in industries and establishments. Only then the GDP contribution will come. Only then we will reach all the goals also. SDG goals, which 2030 means, now it is 2023, meaning it's exactly halfway. 7 years are gone after 2015, and when we started this, and still we are nowhere near. Okay, the year is midway, but we are only 12% near the target. Remaining 88% is left. So how will you do with only men? You need the woman also to come out and start doing things. Okay. So now the prevalent paradigm of public policy for domain expert to determine best solutions. Okay, this is what everybody wants, get the best solutions. So that solution also should not be like one solution for everything, meaning across India, if you put one solution, or if it's like a top-down approach, meaning top-down means if you see the center is putting something and asking everybody to follow, it won't work. It has to be bottom-up approach, meaning the states individually has to come up with some solution. Okay, they're telling examples like the educational solutions in Kerala, that is working there, but it will not work in Bihar because their literacy levels are different. Okay, water management that is suiting Rajasthan, it will not suit Uttarakhand because Uttarakhand is in the mountainous region. So everything has to have a different thing. So it has to be bottom-up, local solutions has to come. And again, as I told, the masculine view is not enough. Okay, masculine view is into production, machine driven competition, all these things. The feminine view, the female view, is the one where the human being angle and the care angle also will come. So the mainstream economics, so far dominated by men, has created a tragedy of the commons. This exact line will come in as an essay, it can come as your GS3, it can come, GS2, it can come, GS1, it can come, even in ethics paper, it can come. So this statement, I liked it very much. That is the main reason I am discussing this. Okay, even we can put in our main test series this question: mainstream economics, so far dominated by men, has created a tragedy of the commons. Elucidate, comment, justify, anything they can put. Okay, so now the first Nobel Prize winner has told like local communities, often with women at the center, should cooperate and govern all these things. Everything is told by that person itself that time. But again, you know, nothing gets implemented. They got the award, they got the Nobel Prize, everything, but nothing gets implemented. So the commons, the common people everywhere, we need this urgent need of bringing in more and more women. Okay, so as I told, the power shift and all, which has to change from men to women, that is again a big challenge, because those who are in power, okay, they will never let that power go. You will see like in Panchayat or everywhere, like where there is like, suppose the woman should become MLA or MP, they will stand for election, but actually who is running the Panchayat, who is running the government? It will be the husband usually. Okay, that's what happens most of the cases. So that is the reason. It's a very big problem. Same like comparing with the caste issue also. The caste problem cannot be solved. Same like that the men-woman problem also, it's very, very difficult to solve. So we should try to listen to more and more people, learn from them, and then don't keep giving instructions and teaching alone. You should change this global male-dominated, money-driven system of institution of business and society, and then women must be given more freedom, promoted along with the male lines in terms of salary, promotion, job, everything, and then only we can reach this final goal of one family, one earth, one future, which in G20 we have told, or India has raised. So this is the overall thing. I hope you got at least 10-15 extra points, which usually doesn't come in this woman related article. Now last is very simple article, India-China. India-China, always we have like last few years we are seeing like a fight. Okay, Doklam fight is there, or any like Bhutan related, now we discussed a fight. Everywhere we are discussing fight only. But here the author is asking about friendship. Okay, we need these two people to go to the next level and become friends again, because once upon a time they had proven as the biggest civilizations. Okay, now also if you see, Modi keeps telling everywhere wherever he goes, he tells that India, when he 2014, when he was the first time became prime minister, India was the 10th largest economy. Okay, now in 2023 he is telling India is the 5th largest economy, and he's telling one more term, if he is coming back to power, he will make India in the 3rd largest economy. So who is this third above him? One is China and one is USA. Okay, so if India, China has to become that 1 and 2 or 2 and 3, whichever they become, they have to work in hand. If they are trying to pull down each other, neither of them will achieve their goal. Okay, because they'll keep fighting in the borders, and half of your defense, meaning all your income, all your budget will go to the defense and other unwanted wastage, which happened usually in the Congress time and all, which happened because every time we were wasting a lot of money on unwanted things and our treasury became empty. But now our treasury is overflowing because of a lot of forex reserves are there, a lot of these things are there, that money coming from outside countries and remittances, or you can take anything, our GST collections, our income tax collection, everything is at its all-time high. So that is the beauty of having proper proper bureaucrats, proper governance, proper like minimum government, which this government keeps on telling. So like that, now another thing we have to do is the international thing, because it's an opportunity. You know, the world is fighting. Already Ukraine, Russia was fighting. In the 2 years they are fighting. On top of that, in West Asia, now Israel, Palestine is fighting. In between this, we know the world is like very poorly behaving, everybody. So this is an opportunity for India and China. And so we know Asian civilizations, these are for thousands of years. They have a very big history of tradition and Buddhism connection. Many things are there. So Chinese people also always had this vision, world of fairness and justice for the common good. Okay, this is the Chinese motto since many decades. And Indian literature also talks about Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. Then after that, India, China, during Nehru's time, we had the Panchashil Agreement. That is the 5 principles of peaceful coexistence. But everything over the decades, we forgot it. Okay, we have to bring it back. We have to bring this thing back, and then we have to show that we are the 2 largest developing countries and emerging market economy, with this both having population over 1 billion. So they are in a very crucial stage of development, in terms of population, jobs, economy, everything. And that time you should, instead of fighting with each other, you should come up with a proper wisdom, and you should use this opportunity to become that rank 1 and 2 in terms of GDP and economy. Okay, so this President Xi Jinping in China always keeps talking about making a global community of shared future. They even released a paper, a global community of shared future, China's proposals and actions. Okay, so they have been telling this since the last 1 decade, and hopefully they should show it in action also. They are showing it in groups everywhere, wherever we have SEO summit, BRICS summit and all, or UN summit, everywhere. When we have any paper to be released, or any tagline or motto of that event, theme of that event, everything will have something like future, community, family, growth, like that things will be there. So this shared future concept you should actually practically implement also, and India and China should do it together. Okay, because they are telling one concept here. If you see here, this one, I don't know whether you heard. Okay, Thucydides trap. Okay, however it pronounces, Thucydides trap. This is something like which American only started it. If you see that concept, the trap is actually nothing but a term popularized by this American political scientist to describe a tendency towards war when an emerging power threatens to displace an existing power. Meaning India, suppose at rank 3 or China at rank 2, and they are trying to beat each other. That time most chances is that they will go in war. They will start fighting in the borders. They will start creating tensions. So that is called a trap, this Thucydides trap. Okay, so this trap, this trap you should avoid, and instead you should become friends. And so for that, a lot of vision points the author is giving. Okay, keep the correct directions of economy globalization. This is all you can use in your answers. Jointly build an open world economy that reflects the demands and represent the interest of developing countries. Unilateralism. Okay, meaning one pole kind of thing. Unilateralism, protectionism, decoupling, zero-sum game, winners take all. These are all things to be rejected. Okay, this all like, it's like a one person like is going to rule the world, which China is actually trying through all the one belt, one road and many other things. So you should have a rightful path for a peaceful development. Then world needs peace. People should need air and sunshine. These are all philosophical lines, but you can still use in your answer. The trend today is the pursuit of peace, development, cooperation, and win-win result. Okay, the old colonialism which Britishers did, USA did, or the hegemonism, this and all is always leading to a dead end. Okay, you can see UK now, they are going rank down after down. The people are like terrorism, separatism. Many problems are happening in UK, Canada and all. But India and all is booming in the opposite end. So those who follow it will pay a heavy price. So you should not focus on colonialism. Okay, you have to work together. You have to safeguard the peace, share the peace to others. Then the developmental goals, SDG goals and all you have to achieve. Like there's many things you have to do without falling into the Thucydides trap which I told you, and build a common ground for common development, uphold the principles of mutual respect, equity and justice. Everything should be in a cooperation way, in an open way, in a transparent way. Okay, so then only we'll have deeper global partnership, and India and China together can kind of rule in the economy space. Okay. So in multilateralism itself, as I told, if you try to seek supremacy in that, in the name of multilateralism, then it's still unilateral only. Okay, for namesake you tell like, okay, we all will go hand in hand, and still you do like go and occupy other people's land, or in South China Sea, China is causing an issue, in Sri Lanka China is causing an issue, then it is still unilateral. So that double standards should not be there. That is selective multilateralism. This also can come as a UPSC question. Okay, selective multilateralism is practicing double standards, analyze or elucidate. This is how UPSC forms very difficult questions. That time you will think like, how come they are framing these questions? I did this many coaching, this many practice, this much test series. They are directly picking up from newspapers. Okay, so only who do very good editorials daily, especially from Vaishya or any institute who teaches you very like interestingly or very detailedly the lines written in the newspaper, then you will find the UPSC paper much more easier. Okay, So now again, these are all repeat: equity, justice, freedom, humanity, and all these things. So rules of the world, again, UN Charter is there. Everybody should follow that, because China mostly doesn't listen to the International Court of Justice. Even if they give any verdict, China will not listen to them. Or in the UN voting something, they will misuse their veto. Everything China does it what they like, without any ethical consideration. So that and all should change, because India is already in that path. If China also do that, we can bring in lot of things. Okay, recently a very important one came. China announced 3 initiatives. Okay, Global Development Initiative, Global Security Initiative, and Global Civilization Initiative. Civilization is obviously for a better peaceful civilization. Security is for to countering the Quad and USA and anybody who comes to the Asia Pacific area. Development is to achieve the SDG goals. So these 3 are very important in terms of China, because same like India has our Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, or any new Gati Shakti. Different things are doing like that. China has announced these 3 plans for a major rule over the entire world. Okay, so the 1/3 of the global population is there in China and India, and if they are like, we are already natural partners, we are neighbors, we are having a history, we have a civilization. If we come together with a new modern day friendship kind of thing, you join and work hand in hand, we can bring an open, inclusive, clean and beautiful world that enjoys lasting peace. Okay, it should not like be India Pakistan, which is fighting since decades. That way India China should not turn out to be. So we should try to bring in some peace. So it's a very, very ambitious, positive article written by the author, but we'll wait and see whether any such development happen. And this was the discussion for today, and I hope it's helping you. These all are covered in our prelims and mains test series also, in the form of questions and answers and explanations. So try to enroll, because the 9-month installment which I told for 2025, we are closing. Okay, it was till Navratri and Dashara, but we extended it to Diwali as well. So now tomorrow is the last day. Please come and message me. After that maybe some other batch will come, but the offers will not be this much liberal. Okay, it will not be like 9 months installment and all. So try to contact soon, and WhatsApp and Instagram is where you can reach me directly. So I'll wind up this. Thank you and have a nice day.